Hello, everybody, and welcome to Back at the Burb, number 18.
The Burb.
Yeah, I'm just going to let everyone know real quick. We've got Jeremy here, and also, if there is a buzzing in the background, I'm sorry. We have a horrible heat wave here in New England.
Oh, it's horrible.
And the humidity's terrible.
Oh, it's awful, kid.
And we're in a basement, so the dehumidifier has to be on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
it has to dehumidify.
Yeah, like, it fills its, 4-gallon tank in, 2 hours right now. It's that humid. It's been that miserable, so.
Damn.
But yeah, so sorry for the background noise.
It doesn't bother me any.
Get over it.
I'm just saying because there'll be a hum in the background of the recording. So.
Okay.
I mean, I can always just go in the background the whole time, too.
We need Alex's stupid didgeridoo. Then at least we'd have musical drumming.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Do we even have to introduce ourselves at this point?
no, not really.
Yeah,
it's just the boys.
Yeah,
We just got Jeremy here.
The back of town. It sucks. Yeah. So how's everybody's week?
You know how it is.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
been a
Yeah.
week.
I think we're all kind of in that phase.
Yeah, everyone's been pretty busy this week. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't you start?
What did I do this week? All right. Well, what about your week? No, sorry. I did watch a couple of pretty interesting documentaries just on YouTube. Actually,
Yeah.
I've actually kind of learned something watching YouTube. It's like, as a kid, book reports were like the stupidest things, or not like book reports, but you know what I mean, like the stupid kids reports. But like, there's a subset of people that grew up and just like basically make videos that are those that are fascinating.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
I don't know what it is. Like I watched
Yeah, it's called White People on YouTube. They make retrospectives, especially about video games.
not even that. Like I actually watched a really interesting one about the sinking of a cargo ship during Hurricane starts with a J. Joaquin.
Okay.
Joaquin.
That's not what I expected. But
No, it was like in 2014 or something.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah,
a cargo ship that sunk in a hurricane, basically because its captain just like was like, "No, we'll be fine," and just sailed right into it.
It wasn't Captain Price, was it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, you know what
No,
I'm,
the ship was called.
you know what I'm getting at here.
No, the ship was called the El Faro, and I really wish I knew the name of the guy who made the documentary because it's like 45 minutes long or something, and it's just a fascinating watch. Seriously, just I don't know. Anytime you see these disasters and like the kind of after reports, and it's like kind of the one thing that like I could almost trust the federal government to do is like the accident reports of like after. Like a plane crash or a ship sinking or a highway accident. I don't know. They've always been pretty on point. They really don't like. That's like the one thing they don't really like. People interpret them differently to kind of get like the thing they want. But like the NTSB or whatever, like they don't screw around. They actually are pretty thorough, and it was pretty amazing to see all this kind of like corroboration of evidence, like. Basically rebuilding like the last half an hour before this ship went down. It's just really incredible.
Remember that airplane that just kind of blew up over JFK? It was taken off. I think it was like TWA Flight 800 or something.
It
took off from the runway, and then you see something go up, and it looks like it gets hit by like a missile or something. Well, they got that entire airplane that was blown to pieces, to smithereens, out of the ocean and rebuilt the plane.
Yeah.
To try to figure out what went wrong.
Yeah, that's always fascinating too.
That is like beyond my own comprehension.
Oh yeah, like anytime
insane.
like a plane it just explodes, there's like in a fireball, like there's a hangar somewhere where they basically piece as much of it back together as they can.
Well, yeah, and when it comes to planes, like they don't fuck around.
Oh yeah,
no, that's
cars they don't give a fuck about outside of like coming.
I was gonna say like
line.
realistically, like doubling back on that, it's like there's so many car accidents that I just feasibly don't think they could put that much effort. Into it while maintaining like their standards.
The only time they will rebuild a car accident will be if there was a death or if there was like massive drugs.
Yeah.
Like someone smuggling drugs or something like that. But other than that, like they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's just too difficult to keep track of that. There's just so many.
Yeah,
and there's so much road. I mean, because you think like, oh yeah, well, there's so much ocean. Like, why do they keep such good track of boats? But it's like at the same time, it's like, yeah, but how many container ships are there really? You know, it's like they can reliably, like they could almost assign like one person to every one of those at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, they are big, massive metal containers. So
Yeah, yeah. But it's
hiding that is not going to be.
Yeah, and it's also fascinating to like read about that industry and like, you know, how some of these ships were built like, you know, in the 70s and 80s, and they were designed for like completely different methods of delivering cargo. Like the ship in question used to be what they called a roll-on, roll-off, which is basically like they just drive trucks with containers onto it, park the containers, and drive the trucks off. But you know, in the modern age, everything's containers, so they had to like modify this ship so that way it could take these containers instead. And that was actually part of what led to it sinking, was that they just did such a haphazard job of it, and the ship had like no right to still be sailing. But yeah, very very fascinating. Aside from that, I haven't really done a whole lot this week. Mostly just chill out in the air conditioning. We've had like kind of a heat wave. It's been pretty toasty this week.
Last week was a little bit worse, but the last couple days have been misery.
Oh,
it's been brutal.
I did have to fix my air conditioner at one point. So I just have like a window air conditioner, and it's like a giant one, so it cools most of my house. But at one point, it's got like a relay in it that engages the compressor.
You guys relay fused?
Yeah. When it gets too hot, they basically kind of like weld together. So it's really creepy when you see it happen, because like you'll hear like the air conditioner running normally, like the fan's blowing and the compressor's on, and then like if you have like the Energy Star mode or whatever, like the fan will shut off, but the compressor's still on, and you're like, that's not good. It's really creepy to hear it. And there's not really much you can do. Like either you turn the fan back on and just hope for the best, or you just unplug it from the wall and hope for the best. And I've learned through my experience that the latter is usually preferable. Because otherwise you'll risk like it'll start to ice over, and that's real bad for those. But
well, I guess the question is, how hard was it to get to the relay?
Not too bad. Like this one, so my windows are not really wide but very tall. Yeah. And this air conditioner, I don't know if it was custom fit for the window or whatever, but it's basically like a window unit that is taller than it is wide. Yeah. So once you take like the back casing off, it's basically like just all right there on the side. Yep. So it was real easy. I basically just like took a little butter knife and and that was all it took. It like I've had it happen before, and sometimes like it'll kind of like dislodge itself. Like you just let it cool down for a while, and then eventually you just kind of hear like that. It's like, oh yeah, it's free, it's good. But sometimes it gets really stuck, and on a hot day, really, you don't want it to get stuck, because it's like, no, I want air conditioning. Yeah. But you know, yeah, unfortunately, those things take a lot of strain, and
well, it's a nightmare when it happens.
It's really. Well, it was really bad because it was like one of the hottest days, so it's like, okay, well, now I got the window open, and it's just like, it's like, oh, this sucks. And this thing is like, again, it's one of the bigger ones. Like, it's not like one of those little ones you get at the grocery store or whatever, you know, like a 5,000 BTU. It's like, no, this thing's like 16,000 or whatever. So it's like, oh yeah, it weighs a ton.
Yeah, a big bastard.
Yeah, but fortunately, you know, it came with the house, and like the previous owner had like all these wood brackets and stuff to like kind of help hold it in place and get it lined up in the window. So it wasn't too bad getting it back in, but getting it out was definitely a pain. And yeah, fortunately, it wasn't really like too hard to get at, and I didn't really need any special tools aside from a screwdriver. So I was pretty happy about that. It's just a little Kenmore thing.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I can tell you is replace that relay if it gets stuck too many times.
Yeah.
If it's a consistent issue, you should probably replace it.
Yeah, I'm a little worried because I don't know the first thing about trying to find replacement parts for those. I'm presuming I could just like...
Normally there'll be like a part code on it.
Oh, okay.
And you'll just search that part code. Like, you just go on to Google and search it.
Gotcha.
I can show you later if you can give me the information. It's pretty easy.
Okay.
I mean, I do that shit for work. So.
Oh, right.
You know how many times I've had to replace like relays that have failed in X-ray systems and shit like that?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot. You do that for a living.
Yeah. You know, you only have 480 going into an X-ray system.
Oh my god!
And you got like fuses on some of the CTs and everything that are like the size of my fist. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not awesome when that shit pops.
Oh no, that sucks. Yeah,
that normally means you have a power issue, and you don't know if it's on the inside or the outside. Normally, it's on the outside, but normally, when it being on the outside means that it's bad power in the fucking building, which is. And we're done with that one.
Yeah. Good luck tracking that one down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then aside from that, I've been slowly trying to teach myself how to cook. I've lived alone for so long, and it's just like, like I'm the kind that's like, oh yeah, box mac and cheese, that's dinner. So I am trying to like branch out a little bit, and I made like this. Like Mexican rice and black beans and some turkey tacos. And the tacos were excellent, and the rice and beans had zero flavor whatsoever. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know where I screwed up, but it just came out like it was one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, you put like a couple dollops of salsa on it and mix it in. It's like, yeah, now it tastes all right. But yeah, it just had like nothing, and I'm not really sure where I screwed up, so I'm eager to try it again. But I like to start doing like. If I could offer any advice to anybody who's like a real amateur and did not learn how to cook as younger in their lives, because I didn't learn at all. Like I've just been piecing together like what I can from YouTube and just like asking people. Is start with stuff like vegetables, because it's like or like like your side dishes or whatever. Because if you screw them up, they're vegetables. They're not like everybody's favorite anyway. And you can, at the worst, you can still just muscle them down. Like it's not a, like if you screw up cooking meat, like you can hurt yourself. And desserts, like if you screw it up, it's like that's just sad. But like the side dish, if you screw it up, it's like just put more salt on it. Like you can muscle it down. So that's as a complete amateur learning to cook. That's my piece of advice is. Learn to cook with something that's not very sensitive and that you maybe don't necessarily enjoy anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of like learning how to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, what you should do is like a good way to start is to learn how to like meal prep. For, like, the week. Just because you could do something like chicken, broccoli, and rice. And rice is something, if you just do like plain rice, whether it be jasmine, sticky, so like your sushi rice, like a Chinese place, whatever you want. Like all of that's pretty simple and it's easy to learn. Yeah. And once you learn that stuff, then you can go on and like apply that to other styles of rice or whatever. And it's actually pretty easy once you learn it.
Yeah. It's just been really hard for me in particular because it's like, so there's one thing I actually do know how to cook really well, and or at least I think I do, and that's breakfast. I can do just about anything except a poached egg. Anything else, it's like, oh yeah, I'll figure it out. It'll taste fine. Well, because I mean, it's hard to screw up breakfast because it's basically just like meats, cheese, and like how do you screw that up? Like.
Yeah.
And it's always like preserved meats. It's like bacon or whatever. It's like it's bacon.
Technically pre-cooked. But
yeah.
Reheat it.
Yeah. So it's it's kind of like a challenge to be like, oh yeah, look, I just made like this omelet with tomato and onions and bacon with this fancy cheese on it, and then it's like I made rice and beans and it sucked. Like it's such a contrast that I'm still like kind of working my way through. Like dinner is always such an afterthought for me because it's like by the end of the day I'm just like I don't want to do anything. Tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So the big thing is you need to learn easy meals.
Yeah.
Easy meals that are easy to do. Go to Mr. Steer, go to McKinnon's, whatever. Go get the boar's head, the Chipotle chicken.
Yeah.
And then get some of the 3 pepper jack cheese. That might be a little bit too spicy for you.
Yeah, I am a bit of a bitch when it comes to spicy stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like too much for you or not. But like for me, like, all right, I put a bunch of hot sauce on that. But literally, you just take a bunch of the sliced chicken, toss it in a pan, and you just mash it up with like with a spatula, like it's a steak and cheese.
Oh,
like real easy.
That's pretty.
And
sweet,
do that with some chips.
That actually sounds really good.
Like easy stuff. Like that's what you got to do. Is you got to figure out the easy stuff to do. That's pretty fast.
Right.
And don't worry. Don't think you're like Rachel Ray in like this 30-minute
meal
shit.
Oh,
that shit.
God, no.
No. That shit doesn't work when they'll be like, oh, it's a 30-minute meal. No, it isn't a 30-minute meal. You had someone else do all the prep for you.
Yeah.
If you got to do the prep, it's not a 30-minute meal. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't care how fast you are. It's not a 30-minute meal.
Right. Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, unless you are literally like a human food processor that could just like in a second. Like you're not gonna do it. And I don't know anybody who is. So
Imagine you just have like 2 arms, but that's the only thing they can do that fast. Like, like you can't do you can't build anything, you can't do anything else. You can only prep.
So like
food.
literally with anything else, they're basically just octopus
Just regular
arms.
normal.
Yeah.
No, they're
Yeah.
regular normal arms. But then the minute you go to like slice shit up, they just move at like like bird speed. Just like
That would be
Yeah.
awesds
you know how fast
yeah,
they
like a
move their heads
hummingbird.
and
Yeah, like
shit?
a hummingbird.
yeah.
Yeah, shit like that. You're just like,
Yeah, as
like,
fast
okay,
as a
we're done.
hummingbird wings beat. That's how
Yeah.
fast you chop.
Done.
That would be pretty amazing. But yeah, no, I'm not that. I am anything but that.
yeah.
So yeah, that was basically my week. I really didn't do much at all. It was just too hot to really do anything too super exciting. I did go out with some friends back to that Station 101 place in Milford.
Yep.
Nothing really noteworthy on the menu that night, and it turned out we went on. It was a Wednesday, and it turned out that was their like bike night. So we usually just like to hang outside, chat, whatever. And it's really hard to do that when you just have a bunch of bike curious people going. Like, don't get me wrong, it's badass. I get it, but it is.
How can they not like this?
Oh man, that's so irritating.
It's horrible.
There is kind of a time and a place for it, and I suppose the bar should be one, but like an open air bar kind of isn't.
Yeah, no.
Because then there's no way to get away from it. You really
Well,
don't have an option.
Yeah. That and like another thing that's super irritating like that is like crackle pop tunes, gunshot tunes, and everything like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gunshot tunes? What is that?
Yeah, where you load it up and it pop
Oh,
like really loud.
yeah.
Some people call them gunshots.
Gotcha. Yep.
Fucking right before you came over last night, before we did the Sifu stream, this fucking
we
guy
did that.
comes down the street so slow, of course, Massachusetts plate in a GTI, and like you just hear him like load it up in second gear. He's like, "Wah!" and he just rolls off.
Yeah. And then they let off the throttle, and then you hear that.
Yeah.
And he probably did it about a dozen times going down the street. It was so irritating.
Yeah, that is like the car equivalent of like
don't
the
even-
Harley Davidson loud pipe.
I
Yes.
don't think that shit sounds good at all.
No, it's not. And then these people wonder why their turbos blow up and shit like that.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
well,
literally just for sound, right? It's doing nothing to make your car
Yeah.
have any more power. Is it? If anything, is it like hindering your car?
yeah, like that's okay if you want to like run a rally car and shit like that, or something where you need like anti-lag. That's cool, but like you better be fucking racing because that shit eats a turbo alive after like 2 or 3 races. Shit like that. Like that's why if you ever watch like rally racing, like they only turn that shit on when they're on stage.
Right.
If they're not on stage, that shit's off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then that was the other thing we did. We did the Sifu stream last night. We spent geez, how long were we at?
It
that?
was almost 4 hours.
Oh wow.
Total.
I honestly like kind of lost track of time. It was a lot of fun. We're bad at it, but it's a blast. I don't know if we're gonna play a little more tonight, but if we do, I hope so because it was a blast. It was so much fun. Yeah, and then that was my week. James, how about your week?
Yeah. So obviously we did Sifu. I'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
Sunday I helped Alex build his floors. That was interesting to say the least. Went over there and did that, and then helped him move his couch, and that was a bitch. That thing was like 200 pounds.
Oh my god.
Was it? Is
Fuck.
it comfy?
I didn't even get to sit on it.
Oh,
Oh my god, it was so big, and it was
Pains me
standing
and
up on the edge.
because it's like you don't get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like
So- So at the same time, it's like, obviously it was in a bag and then on some like foam like wrap.
Yeah.
And you have to drag it by the bottom, but then hold it to get it through the basement. And of course, there's so many fucking things in that basement. But because his dad has the woodworking shop and everything, and then there's shit everywhere that had to be moved out of the room, and just oh my fuck. And of course, we did that at the very end. But the floors got pretty much done. He needed to buy one more box of material. We just kind of ran a little bit short.
but it was
That's
enough
just-
for you to get the couch in and like put it down and everything.
Yeah. No, basically he needs another box because in order to finish it, like you have to cut the edges off because like you only need like a 2-inch strip to finish the room.
Right.
And unfortunately, like we didn't have enough material to cut up to make that, and that's just why. Because if one box was like 8 pieces, he'll need like 5 of those pieces basically. Is what
I
he
see.
needs. So, that's just the way it goes. Whenever you do flooring, it's not the first time I've done it, and that's why I went over there to help him. Because I've done it a couple times, including like I did the entire house in Vegas.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. That was fun. When I bought that house, we literally went and ripped out all the carpet.
Oh, it was all carpet?
Yeah, ripped out all of the flooring, got it into a dumpster, blah, blah. And of course, it was still wet and just like,
Oh,
they had cleaned it right before we moved in.
I see.
So like when you have the old shitty like flooring, the padding underneath the carpet, that stuff stays wet forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that shit stays wet for weeks. Even when you're somewhere dry like Vegas where we had the windows open and shit like that, it still stays wet.
Ugh.
Damn.
Because we moved in like October. It was like zero need for heat or AC. Like it's just like you just keep the windows open that time of year.
Yeah, yeah.
And just enjoy it.
It was really nice there that October when we went.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like,
and you guys came out for SEMA?
Yep. Yeah, that was sick.
But yeah, so when I had done that, like that was a nightmare, but we literally ripped it all out and we painted all the walls before we started putting any flooring down. And then we did all the flooring. Oh my God, dude. Fucking.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways, I don't want to repeat that full story. But needless to say, yeah, I did the flooring. Flooring's pretty easy once you know how to do it. It just takes a while. But once you get in the rhythm, it's like bang, 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 bang. And it's like piece.
What did you get? Like water? Do you have like tile, plastic?
It's
like this laminate.
It was a type, a type of vinyl plank is what he got.
Okay, yeah.
Per go. It was like a Home Depot brand.
Yep, yeah, that's what I think.
I think that's like the stuff that everybody uses now. It's just so easy to work with, and it's really easy to take care of.
Yeah, this stuff that's on this floor and the stuff that I put down in my house is like a step or two above what he bought.
This stuff is really nice.
But this is like when you do this stuff, this style of like LVP, like the brand I used was Lowe's, which was Smart Core Ultra. It was like $60 a box.
Oh, dang.
So it was pretty expensive at the time, but that stuff, like, and that's what this is. It's a little bit nicer, holds up a little bit better than what he got. But
well, I was gonna say with flooring as well, it's also like you kind of really should only have to buy it once. So
yeah, but like you have to think, there's no kids running around, no dogs running around over there, so that floor will last forever.
Yeah. Very true.
So that's done. Did that. Obviously, it's been an interesting week at work. You know, our management team changed.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, there's been some reorganizing. Hey.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Oh, God, someone's moving upstairs. So, yeah, work's been real busy this week with, like, a management shuffling, restructuring, whatever you want to call it.
Gross.
Been doing that, and then just after work, obviously editing, doing shit around the house, like working out and everything, which I did a real rough one this morning that was killer.
Oh, yeah?
This morning's workout, this morning's lift was, oh my God. It was like, kill your legs, kill your lower back, and then kill your legs.
Ugh.
And then, like, after you do that, like, it was, oh my God. It was doing RDLs, which is, it's like a deadlift, only it's one leg. You keep one leg straight, like straight back as you bend over. But it's like, do 5 sets of those on 8 per leg.
Ooh.
And then you do like a bunch of squats and everything. So I was feeling it this morning. And then after that, my Steam Deck came in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I did get to see that last night before the Sifu stream. You did. Yeah. That thing is cool. That's the first one I think I've seen in person. So
it's the first one I saw in person.
What?
Yeah.
Mom must have just let him out.
Oh, sorry. Bowser's on the other side of the slider now. And we're like, how did he get over there?
For those who don't know,
he teleported.
Bowser just barked, ran up the stairs, obviously because Mom and Dad were doing something, and I guess one of them let him out, and now he just came running around the house, and he's standing at the back door.
Yeah. Oh, that was like kind of surreal.
Here, fill for time for a second. Let me make sure what's going on.
I think he actually did like the Maggie thing from like the Simpsons movie where she just like plop, plop. Like under the dome, outside the dome, outside the dome, inside the dome.
But yeah, no, he did get his Steam Deck. That thing is fascinating.
And he's back.
All right, he's back inside. Oh, okay.
All right, come over here, Bowser.
Yeah.
Bowser?
Oh, yeah. Let's try and get some sniffs while we're waiting. Bowser, buddy.
I was
come
playing
be a rock star
while waiting for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was playing some Metal Wolf.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was actually the example title I got to see as well. I didn't really play it. I just was looking at the screen.
I really want one.
Well, okay, Metal Wolf is the only thing that's installed on it.
I see.
Well, okay,
It's a good example game, though.
It's not the only thing. There's a couple other indie games that I've been meaning to get into, and then I've got Monster Hunter. But like, because as soon as I got it, I was like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, and just start playing with it.
Yeah.
And then among others, I've been working on getting my Switch homebrew stuff going on, so I can put the Switch emulator onto the Steam Deck.
So,
because fuck the Switch.
I am kind of curious about that because I know a little bit about Switch hacking, but it was mostly the very early models where it's like you short those 2 pins and you unlock it into dev mode.
That's still what it is.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
But anyways,
Bowser.
we won't talk too much about that on here. We can talk about that more after. Not because it's illegal or anything. It's because Nintendo's assholes.
Yeah.
They're legal
I know
assholes.
what you mean. Yep.
They're legal assholes.
Yeah. No. There's nothing illegal about emulating software as long as you own the cart or the cartridge or the disc or whatever it may be, as long as you own a copy of it. But if you're downloading it from the internet, obviously that's illegal because that's piracy.
Yeah.
But if you have the cart, which, got a stack of carts right there and got a bunch on my desk and everything, yeah, fuck you. I'm doing this legally.
Yeah, and I would never endorse piracy.
Me either.
Never. Sorry.
Yar, har, har.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Less said about that, the better. So,
Yeah. But okay, so the Steam Deck, that thing's awesome.
Dude, it looks cool.
Like
Dude, that was fun playing that one level of Metal Wolf. I was like, man, this is really fun, and I want one of these now.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna put my name on reservation for it.
Yeah, and I went. I did a 1 terabyte micro SD card for it. I did buy that.
nice.
So I have that to just load up a bunch of games and everything on. And then obviously I'll be dumping games to that. And I got the 512 gigabyte model.
Oh, yeah, so you have pretty good storage already.
I've got enough for now.
Put the more demanding games on that.
Yeah. Long-term plan is I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with some of the other thumbsticks. Like there's people who have made Hall effect thumbsticks for it. Rather than potentiometer, because it comes with potentiometers. But Hall effects, if anyone doesn't know, unlike a potentiometer, a Hall effect is it's like a magnet on the end of it, and it just has sensors that read a value based on how close the magnet is to it.
Sensors.
Yeah. Oh, we just triggered Matt with the word sensors.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Sensors.
If anybody knows what that's from, you're an absolute Chad.
Yeah.
Oh God. But yeah, and those Hall effects don't drift. They don't. They don't wear out anywhere near as fast as a potentiometer will. The thing that'll wear in a Hall effect stick will be the springs. So, but that's that's down the line. And when I do that, I'll probably do like a 2 terabyte SSD in it.
Right. Yeah. If you're gonna have it open, you might as well just go for the storage.
Which I was looking at that and I was like, should I do that? And then I was looking at the SSD prices and like the biggest size you can get, because it has to be a 30.
Yeah, it's very short. It's almost like a Wi-Fi card sized SSD.
Yeah. It specifically has to be a M.2 30, which means there's very little of those out there.
Yeah.
And
I think I remember when Valve made like the press release for it, they were saying like, yeah, technically you can replace the storage. It's just they're going to be hard to find because it's such a weird form factor.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah. It's like those old tiny hard drives for iPods. Like, yeah, technically you could replace it, but they're hard to find.
Yeah, it just kind of sucks because like I was looking at that, I was like, that'd be pretty nice to do, and you're just kind of looking at it, and you're like, oh, a 2 terabyte one's like $400. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that after spending the money on the Steam Deck.
That's crazy.
So that could wait for a little bit, but that's cool. So I'll get the emulation going and everything. So that'll be really cool. And then obviously I'm just going to sit back and enjoy that thing because that thing feels really good in your hands.
It does. That's actually like between that and the screen, like I was actually really impressed with considering like, they obviously had to cut corners on it, but it doesn't feel like a crappy screen. Like it doesn't seem like some, like you see the stats on it, right? It's like, what did you say, 1280 by 800? Like, the resolution seems low, but the pixel density is really good, so it doesn't look bad.
So it's a 720p but it's the next step up to go from instead of 16 by 9 to 16 by 10.
All right, right.
So it's like I think it's 1280 by 800.
Yeah,
Is what the ratio number equals. That's what it is, but it's 16 by 10, only 720p. So it's like a little bit larger than 720 pixels across.
Yeah. But yeah, height wise.
Yeah, height wise. Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, it's it felt really good. The only thing I noticed is that it is very like, because you think, like, you know, everybody was like comparing it to the Switch, and the Switch I do think is a bit more portable. Like, I would feel a little uncomfortable using, like, bringing a Steam Deck on like a bus or something, like an airline flight maybe, but like daily travel probably not. It seems a little bulky. Like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you wouldn't want to use it on the bus, but like if you're going to a hotel, like, yeah, bring it with you.
Yeah. No. You're 100% correct with that.
But it does seem awesome, like, for use around the house. Like, you could just like, now it's like you don't have to sit at your gaming PC. You can just.
Well, not only that, you can stream games across your own home network.
Right.
And considering I have everything, like, really, I spent all the money on the net. I spent thousands of dollars
you have
on
a
the network here.
nice network, yeah.
You know, I can run it in, you know, off of my computer down here and just have it across the network and be anywhere in the house.
Yeah, I am familiar with those benefits. I have my own little Steam Link kind of set up, but I just use it in my living room.
Yeah.
But it would be awesome to have the freedom to just be like, oh yeah, I can go have my coffee out on the porch and have a game with me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. Obviously, since I have to crack the Switch, I'll have to get another one. I'll probably just go pick up an OLED in a while.
Yeah.
We'll see here. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Because we also have Joey's Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have, you know, had 3 in the last house.
Jeez.
You know, with Andrea and her daughter. And
right.
And then here we have 2 between me and Joey. So it's like, it's you know, it's no big deal. Because everybody has one. Or at least most people I know have one.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll say this, like, thank God it's actually nice to hold. I love the Switch. Oh my God, I hate the controllers. I hate the Joycons. I hate the form factor of using it.
Yeah.
Because I've got man hands,
Yep.
gorilla hands. Some would even say yaoi hands. And like all of us have this situation.
What was that last one?
Yaoi hands. Have you never heard of that meme?
No. What the fuck are you talking about?
If you look at the Japanese porn comics, the yaoi ones, which are normally gay, it's always really funny because they'll have tiny heads, but they'll have hands that are like 3 times the size of their head. Yeah, so it's just a meme. It's a meme if you look it up. So they've got yaoi hands.
Oh, all right.
Fucking you know.
All right. I usually describe my hands as lobster claws.
Yeah.
Meaty
Claws. Obviously, spend some more time on the internet. You'll find all this shit out.
Good.
It's what?
Good.
Yeah. Trust me, we hit references that you didn't know last night.
Yeah. I still haven't looked that up. I don't know.
Yeah. Just do yourself a favor and don't.
All right.
But yeah, so Switch just sucks. It sucks. And unless you want to go buy the specific Joy-Cons that Jeremy has.
Yeah, what saved me on the Switch was getting those Joy-Cons because, like you said, big hands. My hands would cramp up with just the regular Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
I threw these on. My hands feel a little bit more comfortable now holding that.
Are those the Hori ones that you have?
Yep.
Yeah, so for reference, Jeremy has the special Hori ones. They make one that's like a Pro controller split in half that just slides onto the Joy-Con.
Okay.
Onto the side. You can't use
Also,
them.
it has like actual like kind of grips
Yeah,
on it.
you can only use them docked to the system.
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't go together. Or
There's no batteries in them.
I see.
But yeah, no, like those are nice, but half the time they're fucking expensive. Or you have to get them with like just a game. I remember it was it Daemon X Machina you could get them, and then like you could buy them otherwise, but going into COVID and everything, where the MSRP was like $60 for a pair,
Right.
or for the 2 for each side, like good luck. They've been sold out forever.
Jeez.
I mean, maybe it's probably a little bit better now, but
Yeah.
I haven't looked in a while because I just hate the Switch.
those Joy-Cons that I have since I bought them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they were hard to find.
And I got them for like $50. I'm like, And I'm like, well, hopefully these are big. And so I freaking threw them on the Switch. I'm like, this is much better. This is what I needed.
It's cutting a Pro controller in half.
So pretty much when I was holding a Steam Deck, I'm like, this is comfortable.
Yeah.
This is what things should aspire to be.
Yeah.
When you're holding something. I'm sorry. That's the problem with the Switch is I'd have no comfort holding that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was always like the biggest design concession when I like saw the Switch like the first time. I was like, these controllers feel kind of flimsy. Like the console itself it's not, neither here nor there. It has some advantages and some disadvantages, but the controllers I thought were always a weak point just because they're so small. They're really built kind of shoddy, and they tried to just pack too many features in too small of a package.
Well, just think, Joy-Con stick drift is still a thing.
Oh yeah.
Even with the OLED model, which has been out about a year now, since they dropped the OLED model, those still have stick drift issues.
Yeah, jeez.
Like it's, I don't know. That's kind of why like I hate Nintendo.
Yeah.
Also, one other thing I did want to talk about was I watched Scott the Woz put up a video this week talking about the GameCube. And like what happened with it. It was like almost 2 hours long talking about the library and everything. It's a good video. But he's talking about why the GameCube ended up so good. And one of the things he was saying was like the GameCube had a small library at the time.
Yeah.
Totally. Compared to the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, it had a tiny library. But what it did have was because like it was pretty much just the hardcore people bought it, like the hardcore Nintendo fans, and it was just parents buying it for their kids.
Yep.
It didn't sell that well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And this is also coming off the 64, which the 64 was really only selling because it was Nintendo.
Yeah.
So that was like the second one in a row where they weren't dominating the market. So at the same time of doing all this, they went all out on the library of like first party games.
Right.
And if you look at the Switch, whereas the Switch has like a massive fucking library. Like it's got a massive library, especially with all the indie games and all the shit you can buy online. But the thing is at the end of the day, it's like almost everything comes out in like a half-assed state now. And like a perfect example too is like if you look at the GameCube versus the Switch, is like the GameCube's first Zelda was Wind Waker. The Switch's first Zelda was Breath of the Wild.
Right.
So now, don't get it twisted. Breath of the Wild is fun, but Breath of the Wild is like empty.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like, here's your world, just go run around in it.
Yeah.
And, like, it's fun, but, like, I honestly feel like Breath of the Wild could have done without 75% of that map.
Yeah, or at least, like, I enjoy part of the open world aspect, but I still feel like at its peak, Zelda is kind of, like the Legend of Zelda games have to have some, like, decent dungeon crawling.
Yeah, and
with some visual variety. And, yeah, that was, like, the one thing I really noticed, like, seeing Breath of the Wild. Again, I don't have a Switch, so I haven't really played a lot of it, but just watching it and seeing how people have played it, the temples kind of like some of the puzzles are kind of fun because they introduce like the gravity gun, but aside from that, visually there's not a whole lot differentiating them from each other, and it just kind of feels like you're basically just doing it like it's just busy work almost.
Yeah.
Which is a little disappointing, compared to, any classic Legends, even Skyward Sword, like, which isn't,
Well, Skyward Sword is, oh, fuck, yeah.
I'm not even talking about the controls. I mean, visually still, it was a pretty impressive game. It's just, the gameplay could have been better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look back at it, it's like people hated Wind Waker when it came out, and now everyone loves it. But, like, it's totally held up to the test of time with the graphics.
Yeah.
But like that game, obviously, like there was the huge ass sailing segments and everything, and that was kind of painful. I'm not gonna lie, back in the day.
Yeah.
But also, like looking back at it, like there's so many little islands and you could do stuff, and like a lot of the islands tend to have more to do in the shrines and just hunting fucking Koroks in Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Obviously, other first party games like Nintendo has fucking killed it. Like you could put Luigi's Mansion and fucking Super Mario Sunshine and a bunch of the other ones together, and they don't even hold a candle to Mario Odyssey on the Switch. Mario Odyssey is that good. So, like, they killed it with that stuff, but at the same time, it's just kind of like all this other stuff has felt half-assed, and, like, they've just kind of, like, shit it out there, and it's like, oh, well, no. See, we get to continually update it because we didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do feel like Nintendo has finally like kind of caught on to like the modern development trends of like release it unfinished or broken and then patch it later, which they didn't used to do that because Nintendo was always like, how does the internet work? Like they genuinely didn't understand it.
Well, not only that, it's like, how often do you see actual Nintendo first party games on sale? Never.
Yeah.
You have the holidays and they'll be like, at this point you'll see Breath of the Wild for $30.
Yep.
But the second the holidays are over, it's right back to $60.
Right.
Because it's Nintendo, and they're the only one who can get away with that. Which is just kind of depressing to me, looking at it after time. Because, like, obviously we all grew up with the Gamecube. And the Gamecube had solid killers. And, like, obviously Smash is one of the ones that's, like, killed it. But we had Melee on the Gamecube.
True.
And Melee was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was... I wasn't a huge fan of it when I was a kid because I was like this. Oh God, this is gonna be embarrassing. Matt knows.
I'm probably gonna remember this.
Yeah, we were like, oh geez, there was a picture on like on 4chan or whatever where it was like PlayStation's walking against Xboxes and they're all wielding AKs and there's like Wii swooping in with like air support and it was like, yeah, this is what the video game boards think the console wars actually look like. And I was one of them. I was like, I got an Xbox and I was like, literally fuck every other console.
Oh, yeah,
Xbox is
no.
superior.
No. And
he had a PlayStation. He had a PS2. And we would, as little 6th grade spurgs, we would just
That's true.
we would argue in advisory period.
GTA 3 is better than fucking Halo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we would go back and forth. It was so bad. And eventually we saw the light. Like I wound up getting a PlayStation 2 and Gran Turismo, and I was like, whoa.
The next year we both got the opposite.
Yeah, and then he got an Xbox with Halo, and he was like, whoa.
Yeah.
and like ever since then, it's just been like, yeah, you know what? Pretty much every console, like even bad ones, they have their titles, but. Like no, I didn't get a GameCube.
I didn't either. I never got a GameCube.
And that was my sister's territory. She got a GameCube, and she loved it. And to be fair, like I played it quite a bit as well. You know, again, the household Smash matches. I mean, that was like a daily thing. You know, we get home from school. It's either we're going straight to the PC or we're gonna go play Smash.
I remember the old Metroid Prime game.
Yeah,
that was like one of the.
That was a cool one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's still a classic. I don't know. I'm afraid to like play it nowadays because I'm not sure how it's held up. But at the time, I was like blown away by it.
Yes.
Wow.
You know what's really crazy, right?
What's that?
Have you guys ever looked back at what 2001 had for games?
Oh yeah, dude, it's insane.
Like everyone always says 97 because 97 you got like Resident Evil 2 and Final Fantasy 7.
Oh no, 2001, man.
Dude, 2001 is one of those years where like you had all the new consoles.
Everybody
finally.
went hard. Like that.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah, just looking up a quick list. You had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto 3. You had Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
Which like Metal Gear Solid 2 is like everyone was like disappointed because it was riding, but it was
when still like a huge title. Yeah,
that's an awesome game.
Yeah.
Still fun to play.
Yeah, you got SSX Tricky, you got Melee. You got like Melee and Halo in the same week.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that all came out at the same time, right? Yeah.
Devil
I
May
remember
Cry,
that.
fucking you had Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, dude, 2000, like, the early 2000s were a very good time to be into video games.
It was pretty sweet. I remember it actually pretty
WWE
well.
SmackDown Shut Your Mouth came out that year, too.
I don't remember. I'm just going through a quick list here, but you had Final Fantasy X, Silent Hill 2.
Final Fantasy X
Oh,
still.
dude.
Yeah.
I will say, Final Fantasy X, best battle music.
Yeah. Sonic Adventure 2, which obviously not the greatest game, but let's be real, we were all in like sixth grade. We fucking loved that game.
We did.
Like,
we were the target audience.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And they sold it to every single one of us.
Oh yeah.
You had Jack and Daxter.
Oh my
dude,
god.
hell
Yeah. Wait. You had Max Payne.
I don't think I ever
wow.
completed Jack and
I remember
Daxter.
Max Payne.
You had fucking Onimusha Warlords.
Jeez.
Which I love Onimusha.
How long were the story modes in those games? Like
In
Jack
what
and
games?
Daxter.
Jack and Daxter, it was
I don't
pretty.
think I ever finished it.
10, 15 hours.
So
Jack
like,
and Daxter, the first one was pretty. It was pretty linear, but it was still a pretty long game.
so then like all the new stuff that's out, a lot of it is way longer, right? Like what?
No.
Here's the thing.
That one I can't remember that everybody plays that you guys played like for like 160 hours and shit. What the fuck?
Like Ratchet and Clank or something?
No, fucking the one. It's out now. It's like the Why can't I think of it?
Which Ratchet?
New game. It's a new game.
A new game.
It's the fucking one that's like really long.
Really long.
Oh, Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring. That's it,
Okay.
Oh,
Elden Ring.
that's like something completely different.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like.
Well, just to back that up, that's FromSoft, and they kind of swapped off of Armored Core and everything. Then they started doing Dark Souls after Demon Souls and Dark Souls like hit it big.
Yeah.
But you have to think is you had Dark Souls 3, and then you had 5 years of no Souls games, but you got Sekiro in between. And Sekiro was like, all right, well, we're gonna do this, and it kind of went off and did its own thing.
It was a deviation from the Florida from the formula.
Yeah.
You have to remember it was like you had 1, 2, and 3 all in like 5 years of Dark Souls. And you had nothing for 5 years. And then you got Elden Ring. And Elden Ring was like Demons 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, and Bloodborne all in one game. Yeah. And that's why we spent so much time on it. Like
Yeah,
100
that
plus
makes sense.
hours on it. But yeah, Elden Ring was fucking lit.
Yeah. Sorry, what else we got in 2001?
2001. Ace Combat 4.
Oh, jeez.
dude,
damn.
yeah.
Ace Combat was amazing.
Hell yeah.
What was that on the N60? What was that on?
That was on
Like
PlayStation 2.
PS2?
I think
PS2, right?
PS2 and GameCube, I think.
I don't know. I didn't see it. Probably PS2 and
probably-
Xbox.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually, it could be that.
Bowser, holy
Bowser,
mother
you
of
need
God.
to chill, my guy. You got Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, which was like the first one on the PS2 and stuff like that.
Yep.
I was gonna say I kind of like lost track of the Crash
Bowser.
Bandicoots
Yeah,
after.
that was after PlayStation.
Yeah.
That was after. No, never mind. No, I was just gonna say, if you ever wonder why Naughty Dog doesn't make shit the way they used to with like Crash and Jack, was because at the end of Jack 2 going into Jack 3 was when the two guys who created the studio left.
Oh.
And then that's why as soon as they left, they never did anything else with Jack outside of Jack X.
That's a shame.
And then at that point, that's when Uncharted came around because it was all new management.
Right.
place.
Okay.
The two guys were just burned out. They didn't want to do it. They wanted to go do something else.
Fair.
You got Baldur's Gate 2
Oh,
that year.
Yeah.
You got Gran Turismo 3 that year. Bowser,
Yep.
chill, my guy.
Gran Turismo 3 was so.
That was the
That
game.
game
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, you had Advance Wars on the Game Boy.
Oh.
And like, okay, did you guys play Advance Wars like we played Advance Wars?
don't think
It
so.
depends on how you played Advanced
We
Wars.
snuck Game Boys into
Bowser.
school,
Stop.
like SPs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we would like take our turns and pass the Game Boy.
Oh no, I didn't play it that way. No.
Like, yeah, we'd go through like 2 full matches every day between all our classes. We'd just be passing Game Boys.
Dang.
Yeah, we played the
Bowser.
dude.
He's getting really amped. I think he's like detecting
Yeah.
our excitement.
Yeah, you had Pokemon Crystal,
Outta here.
which
Ow,
if
ow.
that's your thing,
I don't know. Pokemon.
Get a different.
Tekken
Bowser.
4. Which
Oh,
Tekken 4
yeah.
is obviously 3 was bigger.
Three was because 4 was the first one where you could actually interact with the environment. All the other ones, it was just like an endless stage, and that was also like the first one where they tried to like mix up the main characters a little bit because that was when Jin Kazama started doing karate instead of like Mishima fighting whatever, like cool spinny kicks and shit.
Yeah, and the last major thing that I could see off the list here was you got Command and Conquer 2, Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge. The DLC came out.
Man.
I love that game.
Wow. When did
Okay. What?
When did Manhunt come out? Was
I
that
thought
later?
Manhunt came out a little while.
That was
later.
like 03, I think.
Okay, yeah, that was later.
You did get Conker's Bad Fur Day on the Xbox that year.
Oh yeah. That was the way to play it.
That's a
Bowser,
good
please.
fucking game.
At least at that time.
This thing alone.
But yeah, like there was hella games back there on the GameCube, and it's just kind of like
I was gonna say that whole generation, there were a lot of really solid games to come out in that time period. That I think if like graphically maybe not held up so good, but gameplay wise have held up amazingly.
But you know what?
I was gonna say it wasn't
I'll take
speaking.
those games. Like, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Just up-res them.
Yeah.
Just up-res them and make them work.
Yeah.
They don't got to look better. I don't need a full remaster. Just up-res them and put like trophies in or whatever, achievements in, and then like I'll go back to playing them.
Dude, you could just leave achievements out, just upscale them. That's what I use. That's what I
Yeah.
use emulators for. Which, by the way, no piracy
No piracy.
Yeah.
Piracy's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. So there was all kinds of shit coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was like a huge tangent, but it was so good to go down that
Steam
way.
Deck,
Yeah.
and then obviously we streamed Sifu, and Sifu was really good. There was lots of bullshit.
Oh yeah. We suck. We are the worst at that game.
We got to learn to download that game.
Yeah, so he's really good. Like,
Well-
we need to somehow fuse into one being because he knows how to block and parry, and I know how to dodge.
Yeah.
But we can't do either.
Oh yeah.
He actually got the.
Yeah. Look at it. Wait. Look at it. What's it say on it?
Game over.
Yeah.
Your dog won. Discard this.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, just put it on the table. If you give dogs toys from BarkBox, if they rip out the squeaker, it just says game over on it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And then
pretty
other
nice.
stuff, some of the other toys and shit like that, they'll be like hidden toys inside. So years ago, we got this cactus. No, it wasn't a cactus. It was like a piece of candy,
Yeah.
right? And when the dogs chewed it out, it was like another wrapper inside the piece of candy. And then once they chewed that one off, it went to just like the squeaker inside, and the squeaker inside was a piece of gum. So it's bright pink. But yeah,
That's pretty good.
Sifu, definitely one of those things where like we're just we're learning it, we're starting out. You got to download everything.
Yeah. It is an awesome game. Like, I got lured in actually more by the visuals. I just thought that game was such an amazing looking game. Like, it's not very open, it's all linear, but it just feels so good and it looks amazing. Like the environments are so detailed. The character models themselves are like, it's not cell shading, but it's not like standard graphic. I don't really know how to describe it, but it is a really incredible looking game.
The one I missed from the list was Zone of the Enders.
Oh,
We got Zone of the Enders in 2001. That was the one I'm sitting there going like, we're missing something. Anyways. Yeah, no, Sifu was like the perfect thing. It was like, yeah, it doesn't have to be this big, huge game.
Yeah.
I just want, like, I'm down for a game if it's only like 5-6 hours, if it's a nice, tight experience. And that's exactly what Sifu is.
Yeah.
Obviously, because of the roguelike elements, it's way crazier and harder.
Yeah, like you can play it longer, but in theory you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you can go for, and it is kind of cool because you can kind of challenge yourself as well. Like we were talking like, oh yeah, you can go back and play it. Like, I think we beat the first level and it's like we escaped that area at like age 41.
Yeah, not so good.
But like you can go back and like you could try and go for like a no death clear or whatever. Like you could constantly be challenging yourself to just do better and better.
Which the better you do, the more stuff you unlock because obviously you get more points and more everything.
Right.
Because that's pretty much what happened on the run that I ended up beating it last night. Was I made it all the way to the boss at like age 23. Like I only died like once or twice.
Well, I think you might have been like 23 or 24, but the thing is you kept your death counter low because you kept killing like the mini bosses. So you went in like with only like one death counter. So it's like you're only aging like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, so I was.
So you had
kicking
a
ass.
lot of headroom. And he still escaped at age 41.
Well, you gotta download the boss, dude. That was
and to be fair, like that first stage, like, dude, it kicked both our asses so many times it sucked.
Yeah.
And then like he got to the second stage, and like I think he died like maybe once, and that was it. Like you cleaned house on that guy.
Yeah.
So
the
it was
first
just, like,
time I made it to like
the second
part 2
phase,
or second phase of the fight, I obviously died a couple times.
Yeah.
But it was like, all right,
But it was actually like a really clean fight. Like,
Yeah.
I
figured out his patterns.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, that's enough of me. Jeremy, how was your week?
My week's actually going to be pretty short because nothing really eventful happened. The desk came in. My desk for
Awesome.
my PC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Put that all together Sunday. So now that's ready.
Fuck yeah.
The chair, the monitor mount, and I got a surge protector.
Yep.
Those should be in today, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Nothing eventful throughout the week. Watch wrestling.
Oh yeah.
WWE is definitely feeling like it's getting better.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like I watched Raw for the first time in a while, and I was just so impressed on how this triple threat match went that I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because, like, the finish wasn't, like, a crappy finish or anything. Like, the finish was Mustafa Ali knocked down The Miz. He went for his 450 splash off the top rope. And as he, like, ricocheted off, AJ Styles comes out from nowhere, gets him into Styles Clash, and hits and drops Mustafa Ali on top of The Miz and pins Ali for the win. And it's like, what kind of finish was that? It was just mind blowing. I'm like, this is what every match should finish as.
Yeah.
But it was like disappointing weeks leading into it. And I honestly think it's because of how Triple H is handling.
Yeah.
Like it's no longer, play out the match like this. It's, you guys know what you're doing, call it in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
because they were
cool.
getting pretty formulaic for a long time, really.
Yeah, and it wasn't really working nowadays. But it definitely feels like it's getting better.
Yeah.
And SmackDown last night was pretty good. Watched some wrestling. I brought my Kindle today because I showed you how mangas look on it.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
I'm pretty sure if it was like the Paperwhite or the Oasis, it'd look a lot better. But for being that small, it's like still not that bad.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad.
And I do like that it's backlit, so that way I can actually read when it starts getting late.
Yeah.
So is it like one of those e-ink
Yep.
screens?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those are fascinating to me.
Oh yeah.
That is a weird technology.
Whatever works.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's a very, if you've never seen one in person, it's kind of bizarre. I mean, at this point, I don't know anybody who hasn't, but
Yeah, I mean, they've been around for 15 years.
yeah,
like that.
geez, it's a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's because I originally had the 2nd or 3rd gen Kindle,
Yeah.
and reading mangas on that wasn't terrible until it started getting late, and then you needed
A
a
light.
Right.
And
Yeah.
some of the text was just like blocky to the point where you had to hold it close to your face to read it,
Ugh.
and you're just like. But no, on that it's nice. I think they have more pixel resolution to it, and yeah, it's smaller, but that still holds like a lot of mangas on it. Like I
yeah.
only got 12 on there, but I've barely scratched the data space for it.
Oh, good.
So I'm like, all right, I'm definitely gonna be, because what I plan on doing is downsizing my manga collection. So I'm downloading whatever I can, put on that,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna like just trade off the rest to like a store, like Merrimack Games and Comics. They take used mangas. I'll bring my entire collection, but like there.
Which I still wonder if any of the ones that I had before made it around to like Merrimack or some shit like that.
You gave me Love Hina, didn't you?
I don't know. I had so fucking many. I gave a bunch to you. I gave a bunch to Jaren, and then like I still had a whole I remember no one wanted Bleach because that was around when Bleach started sucking
Bowser.
shit. But like I had always loved
matter?
Bleach, at least for Tyke Kubo's art. His art was so cool, and that's why I loved Bleach. Out of everything, it was kind of one of those where it was kind of sucking. But I remember I ended up giving it was like book 37 was out and up to that point, and like I gave him all the Tom Matthews.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Because if you gave me Love Hina, I still have it, but it's gonna be going to.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just saying, like, it was just like, neat.
Because
Oh, you know that guy's running for Prime Minister of Japan right now?
What?
The creator of Love Hina?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, I thought you meant the guy who.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was
Oh
one of
my
those things that was
God.
really, really funny that came up a couple weeks ago.
that's
Anyways.
funny.
Yeah. But anyways, fucking, I don't know. It'd just be neat to see what made it where. Or if like everyone's still holding on to them or what.
Like I said, I still have.
Yeah,
If
actually.
you're the one that gave me Love Hina, I still have it, and it's gonna be getting traded away because I've already read it.
That's
But,
all good.
But it's just I used to like having physical copies, but now that it's like I'm downsizing, it's like maybe it's time to get rid of some of these and put them on digital format.
That's
Well,
fair.
It becomes that age-old thing of like, how much space do you have? Obviously, I got all the shelves for knickknacks, but they filled up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Once I actually put them out, like I need more shelves. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I'd like to have shelves for video games, but it's like, no, this is why I got rid of all my old games and stuff like that, was because when every time I'd go to move, I'd have 4 tote bins of just game cases.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like, while I love all those old games, it's such a pain in the ass carrying all of that around forever and ever and ever. And you guys know how often I move around, how many times I've moved.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, it's been a nightmare. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why I got rid of most of it.
Yeah, I feel
So-
like, especially, well, I can't speak for mangas because, weebs, but I do know, like, with books and stuff, like, those are some of the easiest things to downsize on because it's like, yeah, it's just text. Like, you can get, like, I remember, like, even before, like, it was the Kindle and then the Barnes & Noble one. I don't remember. The Nook.
Yeah.
Like, even before those were a thing, it's just like, oh yeah, you can just buy, you can get like a book as like a PDF or whatever. And it was like, yeah, that's good enough.
Well, it's like, it's kind of one of those things where if you think about this, the amount of space it takes up in your house versus, I don't know how big a manga is, but like most books, like you want to go, we'll
Because they
talk
come in like volumes, right?
And they're
you
heavy
get,
as
like-
fuck.
Yeah, like they're mainly like that thick.
Yeah, like let's talk like Driz Erden.
Oh,
Not
oh,
Dragonlance, Forgotten Realms D&D.
Yep.
Right? One of those books is like 350 pages. It's like not even 200 megs on the file size.
yeah.
So like, yeah, what are you going to do with 200 megs?
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, let me just put all these SD cards that have terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of data.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. It's no big deal. What are you doing?
Got a box.
He just picked up a piece of cardboard.
Of
course.
Make sure he doesn't
Alright.
like shred that.
He's going to shred it.
Oh, he's gonna
Look at the face. He's like,
No, he doesn't want to let go.
but Bowser.
Let it go. No.
No, don't tug. No tug.
because now he's gonna fight it.
I'm not tugging. I'm trying to get him.
Hey.
Bowser, let go of it.
Hey,
Hey,
no.
There we.
See, I have this ability to just
Oh,
capture.
he's looking at you now. and
Yeah,
he's
somehow
making
I'm like,
faces.
he interprets me as like some kind of challenger because like literally anytime I make like a loud noise, he looks at me and starts barking.
Yeah.
Hey.
The answer's
See, look,
no.
like immediately, like he looks at me. Like,
Yeah.
What?
Bowser, no.
What do you want?
Matt, give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yep. Oh,
What
look,
are you gonna do now?
disappeared into the void.
He's just gonna jump
You
upon
can
the
lick my
table.
hands. I'm okay
But yeah.
with that.
Anyways, Jeremy, downsizing.
Sorry.
so-
Just-
No, 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 it's
Sorry.
fine. Let's see.
Bowser, you are slimy.
Think. Finally got my haircut today. That was nice.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
it looks good. I didn't really get to say anything. about
Haircut,
it.
beard trim. Now I'm not gonna be sweating.
Yeah.
As much.
Yeah.
As much.
You can't stop that. This
Oh yeah,
time
no,
of year.
no.
Oh no, I can't
Oh my
stop
God.
that as it is right now.
Yeah, no.
But it's definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
And then
That
and
was just-
actually earlier today, I watched Lightyear, that
Yeah,
Oh.
Lightyear Pixar movie.
Yep.
It was an okay movie. I felt like Pixar played it safe when they made it,
Hmm.
but you know what? It was an okay movie.
all right.
If it's on and I want background noise, I'll throw it on. But other than that, it's like I'm not gonna go back and
Yeah.
like rewatch it, go out of my way to rewatch it. It's like
Hmm.
if it's on, it's like oh, it's entertaining enough.
yeah. No, that's cool.
That was a pretty good movie.
Good.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my week. Like I said, nothing. Oh, Governor came and visited our work. Our
Oh
state
yeah,
governor.
yeah. That's right.
Oh dang.
How'd that end up going?
No, nothing bad.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
the governor of New Hampshire. I mean, this.
Yeah.
That's not-
Oh, where's our free food?
He,
Exactly.
no, he was just doing a tour of the building,
Oh, okay.
and then he walked by, shook my hand,
Oh, cool.
and
He?
yeah, he.
Yeah.
Chris Sununu.
Oh.
Yeah. Who, wait, you weren't still thinking like Gene Shaheen?
Were you thinking Maggie Hassan?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, that's right.
keep
I
seeing all
forgot
these
Maggie
fucking
Hassan was a
ads
governor.
on YouTube, so
No,
I'm
she's
just
like
like,
for senator.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
a senator.
Yeah, yeah.
But yep, nope. He came by, shook my hand, and he's as tall as me, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's a pretty big guy.
You know what I would have asked him? This would be the first thing and foremost question on my mind. I would ask him.
How do you define based? Sorry,
That'd be pretty
had
good.
to swoop in there with that because we were talking
pretty
about it
good.
before the stream or before the whatever we're
No,
doing
no,
now.
that's when you hit him with a question. Be like, "Yo, why is it super humid outside? To where every time I fart, it feels like I shit myself."
Yeah. I would be like, Do you like fish sticks?
Now, here's
what
the
I would
thing.
ask
If
him.
he rolls with the joke, I don't know how I would handle that.
I'd be like, you bastard! You're supposed to say, yes, I like fish sticks, and I'm supposed to call you a gay fish. and
Yeah,
then
I was
what
gonna
can
say
you
the
do about
beauty
it?
of that question is I think you could be outraged regardless of the answer.
Yeah.
If he refuses to answer, it's like, oh wow, he doesn't have enough time for the little guy, huh?
Yeah.
Bowser, come here.
No, just let him do it. Just let this happen.
All right, whatever.
let this happen.
Just let it happen.
But
He has covered my hand in drool slime. It's delicious.
Why is nothing in this state open past 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
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 but
Mostly
yeah.
because there's no workers anymore.
Fix it!
What's your favorite dessert at the Red Arrow? Are you? Oh no. What's the Louis C.K. Opie and Anthony thing? It's like, are you a lizard in a human disguise? And if he answers with, I think you're messing with the wrong people, then you know, like, okay, well, he is then. He didn't deny it, and he made a veiled threat, so he is definitely a lizard.
You ask him, would you rather have extra long arms
Oh,
or
true.
an extra long
Yeah. Would you rather have an extra long legs or an extra long neck?
Would you rather have a duck-sized horse or a horse-sized duck? That's the best.
That is a vital question.
That is the most like meaningless thing. I love it. It's
Yeah.
That's my favorite question. To like, I'll just walk up to people at random, like, I really have a question for you. It's very important,
Yeah. We
and I'll hit them with it, and I'm like, be careful. Your answer, your life depends on it.
one of the video game clans I used to play around with, they had like these little, because it was one of those days where it's like, oh, everybody had like web forums, so you have to like make like a little application. And one of the questions from it, and I never actually joined, so I don't know, like, but I remember it was always like a rite of passage. You'd have to answer, when was the Magna Carta signed? And the goal was to not give a factual answer. And basically, the most intricate answer you could give, the more intricate it was, the better your answer
better it was.
Yeah. So if you could like just explain like just something like completely off the record, or just come up with
Explain
like
the
a
history
BS
of boxing, like
Yeah,
fraud
yeah.
fractions.
Yeah. Or oh damn! Like when my friend in a group chat posted something about like the Capcom Fighting Collection, and I have like zero interest in it, so I just immediately replied with the Wikipedia article of chlorofluorocarbons. It like filled like 2 screens.
That is trolling. That's beautiful.
Yeah. That's like you answer that. When was the Magna Carta signed with the definition of CFCs? Like that's all right. You're in.
All right. Well,
But yeah,
that's
sorry,
my week.
sorry, that was a tangent.
So yeah, what did you do, Matt? Obviously.
All right.
You went
How's
and had some
Fortuna?
fun.
I did have an interesting kind of week. I had a couple cool things happen. I got my pressure washer stuff.
Awesome.
It's all there.
Nice.
It was. Oh my god! You have no idea how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
You can like use it and not get wet.
Whoa.
Completely dry. It's not painful. It's not like a, you don't sweat from holding the fucking trigger down. Like it's fucking awesome.
Nice.
I actually brought it. I'll show you guys.
Oh, all right.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Nothing. No new Vorkuta stories. Nothing too interesting in that realm.
Yeah, nothing
this
from the
week.
sandy beaches of Vorkuta.
No, nothing from the vast wasted tundra of Vorkuta.
I'm just imagining like one of those fake like Caribbean postcards, like visit Vorkuta. Then you pull it away and it's just like this dismal gray slab.
So yeah, I did that. I worked on my car some more. It's like the same thing all the time. But
How's the Burb?
the Burb is good.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't drive it over. I'm presuming that's just because it was so freaking hot.
No, there's actually a reason for that, Alex. I'll get to that.
Oh, okay,
I
sorry.
will get to that. It's
Sorry.
nothing bad. It's just, well, it is bad, but it's nothing to do with the Burb. The Burb's fine.
Okay, good.
I went to Motley Crue last night
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
at Fenway. It was Joan Jett, Poison, Def Leppard, and Motley Crue.
Oh my god, dude, that's like a.
It was like a.
That's a
a lineup.
legendary cock rock.
It was a cock rock like
extravaganza.
extravaganza. Yeah. It was great.
Cock
It was,
Rocktopia.
It was hot as fuck. Is it hotter today or was it hotter yesterday?
It's hotter
It was like the-
yesterday.
It feels
I don't
hotter
know.
today, but I honestly don't
It's
know.
more
Yeah, I
humid
couldn't-
today, but it was hotter yesterday.
It was brutal, and I wore this jacket that had zippered pockets on it because like my pants don't have zippered pockets.
Yeah.
So I wanted to keep my wallet and all that, it's safe in this thing. So I'm wearing this jacket. I'm like in long sleeves and pants.
Oh,
It's brutal.
Ugh.
It's like
and it was an outdoor show, right?
it was an outdoor show. Yep.
Oh, fuck.
And like going like okay, so we went into this bathroom and it literally was steamy in the bathroom. It was like your glasses steamed up going into this fucking bathroom. It was like
That is
what
fucking disgusting.
Oh, piss Steve.
Oh, dude, it was like absolute anarchy. There was like a line outside the women's bathroom.
Oh my god.
The women's bathroom line was so long that girls were just coming into the men's room. They were just like, fuck it.
Oh my god.
It was like it was an absolute free for all. It was like an absolute like lawless wasteland.
I mean,
in that place.
once women start using the men's room, it really is like, oh yeah, now this is just pure anarchy.
I mean, let's
This
be
is-
real. You were at a cock rock show.
This is
Like-
apocalyptic.
Oh, one thing that made the entire bathroom laugh, like I don't have any idea what the context was. There was just this guy that was like, "Oh, are you taking a dump in there?" And the whole fucking bathroom just started laughing. I don't know. I'm imagining someone looked like they were going to take a shit in a urinal. That's what I'm assuming. It didn't happen. Like it didn't happen. So I don't know what I don't think anybody knew what the context was. We just heard that and all.
Oh yeah.
That was brutal. So I wear this jacket to not lose anything.
Yeah.
And after the fucking show, I lose my fucking wallet.
Of course.
Ah,
How the fuck?
God damn it.
I have no fucking clue. Like,
Oh, dude, that's painful. Everything about that is pain.
it was. We went from like Lansdowne Street all the way back to Kenmore, like the train station. Got to the train station. We're about to go into the train station. No wallet. I was like,
God damn it. The whole purpose for fucking all this suffering.
so me and my friend ran all the way back from Kenmore to Lansdowne Street, where I last used it buying a drink on our way to the subway station. We got like food and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I left it on the cart if I'm lucky. No. The guy, the dude who ran the cart was really cool. He was helping me look for it and shit. He was like, "It fucking sucks."
Yeah. It blows.
Didn't find it, so I didn't bring the Suburban because it's not inspected.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do is with a bad sticker get pulled over and not have your license.
Yeah, I
on.
don't want to be as inconspicuous as possible till I get my fucking license renewed and all that. It
Yeah.
expires in a few months anyway.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I hate is like having an ID just out there.
Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks.
My card's fine. I locked that like the second.
Oh yeah, I mean that one
That's
is literally
all
just like a
fine.
phone call. It's
Yeah,
like, bam,
Yeah.
that was on the. I was
locked.
on. I got the app on my phone, so I
Oh,
can just,
yeah,
I
even
can just
better.
unlock it, and like report it
Yeah.
and all that.
Yep.
So that was easy. But
What a fucking nightmare that is, losing your wallet,
Seriously.
though. Oh my god.
See,
I
I
hope you
think
didn't have a fat wad of cash in it.
I had $100 in it.
That's not terrible,
not
but that's
horrible.
not. Yeah.
It would have been nice if at Fenway, if anybody for some reason goes to Fenway, it is completely cashless. They will not take cash anywhere in there. So
That's hellish.
Had they
Yeah.
taken cash, I wouldn't have had any cash in there because
So
I would have spent all the cash.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
I have to use my
Your card.
indentured servitude credit cards? I
Yes.
can't use my Freedom Bucks to buy a beer?
Nope.
At
Yes.
Fenway
You
Park?
can't use your Freedom Bucks to
Fenway
buy a beer at
Commies.
Fenway Park.
I
Perhaps
have never heard of anything more socialist in my life.
Perhaps one of the most American places in all of America. You can't use. Like, you can bring a Benjamin in there, and it's completely useless.
Wow.
It's toilet paper.
It's toilet paper in there.
Mother of God, it's all toilet paper. Sorry.
So, yeah, had they actually taken cash, I wouldn't have lost any cash, but yeah. So
Bastards.
that was just gay. 'cause
Not
it
even
was
like the
shitty 'cause
merch?
It was like, fuck, huh?
Even the
No,
merch?
Food, merch, beer, ticket,
See,
anything.
that to me is
Nothing.
bizarre. Like, because
Absolutely
merch is always
nothing.
like, yeah, you don't. It's a lot of times you don't buy the real merch. You buy like the shitty merch.
Outside the park, there
Yeah.
were vendors that took cash.
Oh, okay.
But it said it was official merch. So, like, I'm wondering if my friend just went up there and was like, "Hey, do you take cash?" And he's like, "Yeah, I take cash." He spent like $150, so he's like, "Yeah." I don't think that was the case, but we were joking about it. Like, who's gonna turn down that much money? Like,
yeah, realistically, like if
walk
you're
up
buying a Benjamin worth of stuff and you have a Benjamin, like
I walked up with a fresh $100 bill, and they were like,
I mean,
"Nope," and I'm like,
let's be real. If you bought that T-shirt there,
"Yep."
how much did you spend on that T-shirt?
Take a guess. You gotta get-
$25.
$35.
Wait, higher or lower? Higher? 60.
Not quite.
100?
No.
No. So it's a $50 shirt.
50. It was 50.
What the fuck?
$50 for a shirt, $50 for the poster. The poster was the actual. I wouldn't have bought it if it was like the whole tour poster. It was like the Boston show poster.
Oh, okay.
So I was
that's
like,
the poster seems. Man, $50 for a shirt. Though?
yeah, it was crazy,
dude. Because like in 3 or 4 years, we can go to that crappy record store on the beach, and you can get that shirt for like $5.
That's true. I hope that store lasts forever,
dude. I went there. I went to the beach like last month, and it was still there. So
yes!
I was there 2 weeks ago, and it was still there.
That place
is the same guy.
Yo, yeah.
So I'm gonna say this:
best place ever.
That place rocks.
What is the name of it?
I don't even know. I don't even ever buy anything. I just
the
love
Rock
that store.
Palace.
The Rock Palace. Yeah.
We're not going to say where that is because
no,
we're not giving up any location.
It's by the beach.
By the beach.
But it's an awesome store if you're into like old like.
No, fuck off. You're not into that stuff. We are.
Yeah, actually, you're not. You're not. You're all normies and
no.
Cringe.
Like, what I was going to say
all the
is
old Motley
like
Crue shirts. Don't go buy them all.
Yeah, don't.
There was less than $10 of manufacturing costs between the shirt and that poster.
Seriously.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that poster, because they probably buy so fucking many.
Oh yeah.
Was probably about like 50 cents for the print.
I bet.
And the shirt is like probably about $5 to make that shirt for the shirt and then for the printing on both sides, because obviously it's got dates on the back.
And it was there was like it was the same. There was a million different merch booths. Some of them didn't have certain things. Some of them did. But the prices were all the same. Like there was no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even
So that was like a
outside,
concentrated effort.
the one outside where my friend went when he paid cash, that was the same prices and everything.
Oh.
So it was like I probably would have actually gotten the stuff there, but they didn't have this shirt at that one.
I see.
So I was like, fuck. So I went back inside.
So yeah, that cash. Of course they would have taken the cash.
Yep.
And they would have just pocketed it because.
Yep.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me that $150. It's staying with me.
Yeah.
Someone better buy like dog food with that money, or like something.
Feed your child.
Feed your child. Like
no, it's going to Vince Neil's winery. It's going to his vineyard.
it's going to yeah.
No,
Wait a
it's
minute.
going to
Hold
whoever took the cash's pocket.
Vince Neil doesn't have a winery, does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh
He
Christ!
has a vineyard.
I was gonna say, who doesn't? At this point, who in like the rock world doesn't have like a vinery or a distillery or a brewery
You know what I heard today?
or a hot sauce factory?
So that show is 2 nights here in Boston. It's last night Friday and tonight Saturday.
Yeah.
And so they alternate the 2 headlining bands. So Motley Crue and Def Leppard. They'll alternate which one closes.
Oh, I see.
Sometimes, most of it's been Motley Crue. But we were gonna go tonight. We were gonna go Saturday to the second show tonight. Yeah. We found out that last night Motley Crue closed, so we went the perfect night. Tonight would have been Def Leppard closing, and I would have been like, fuck. So it worked out like perfectly that we went.
Yeah, not that Def Leppard's bad, but Motley Crue's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said earlier when you had said that before we said the podcast is all right, perfect. That means I can leave now and I don't have to worry about getting out of parking.
That's true.
Their set might have been shorter.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would follow it, honestly. Motley Crue had such a they had fireworks and it was crazy. The stage show was wild. Like I don't know, I would want to follow that.
What was their ending song?
Kickstart My Heart.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one to go out on, actually.
I was either thinking it's Kickstart My Heart or Saints of Los Angeles.
They played that, but that wasn't the last one.
Yeah.
Because you got to end the concert on like a high note.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's
And
going
like
to be.
Kickstart My Heart is like, that's where you end it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you play any driving game, and as soon as that song comes on, you're a better driver. I mean, that's just a scientific fact.
If you ain't going to play that as the closer, you're going to play that as like the opening song.
Yeah.
Period.
Actually,
one
that
way
would
too,
be a great, curtains going up. And
Dude,
that's
to
going
come
on.
out, like, as the curtain goes up, holy fuck, everyone's going to be, like, instantly hyped.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah.
cheering. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were talking about it on one of those sports stations today.
Yeah.
On the radio. And they were talking about seats that were $15,000.
Dude, fuck off.
What the fuck?
I was looking online before this for weeks, just looking at different tickets and whatnot. And I saw tickets that were like $5,000.
Oh, my God.
But I'm like,
dude.
dude,
Who?
nobody, unless you're just completely loaded, like don't save all your money for your whole life and go spend $15,000
Was that
on a
for
show
seats
like
or was
that.
that for like a box?
It was like I think it was ground floor. Like you probably were like the front row for that. But
for 15 grand though, that is like the
It's
most
still-
anti-punk thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's like going to a show that costs $15 to get into. You're probably going to have more of a better
Right.
experience than that show where you paid 15 grand. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
It's great, but like when you actually like hang out with the band members and like they're all really
Yeah,
cool
dude.
and like it's just a
Bar
whole,
shows or small venues are awesome.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
Stadium shows you go to because you want to actually like see the like that's like off your bucket list.
You want
thing.
like the
Yeah.
theatrical performance with it too.
yeah.
Because like at a bar show, you're not gonna get.
You're not gonna get pyrotechnics. Yeah.
at least not anymore.
Not on purpose.
Not
Not
anymore.
on purpose and not anymore. Yeah, you're right. But
Yeah, you will get people. Dude, I've literally seen videos of shows where people have set off like firecrackers.
Oh
like,
yeah,
in
there's
mosh
all
pits
kinds
before.
of like
I'm like,
idiot.
what the fuck?
Like, yeah, how did you get
People
this thing
are
past security?
fucking dumb. All right.
Yep.
So I actually want to ask you this, Matt.
Yes, sir.
How much were the tickets?
We spent, I think it was like 120 each.
And where were you guys? Like, were
We
you in,
were on. Okay, so we were on the right field,
Yep.
which is like bigger than the other side. The other
Right.
side's smaller, and then you got the green monster where the stage is.
Yep.
We had pretty much straight shot.
All right.
Oh,
So the seats
okay.
were pretty good. They weren't bad at all. Like,
Because,
it
like I
was,
said, my coworker was going to be going tonight,
yeah.
but because his wife I think it was his wife, got sick, he can't. But they were on like, I think that they were on like the left field,
Yep.
and they were in the low seats.
Yep. Some
So-
of those were closer, but you had to turn more, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you weren't like facing it.
We were
God.
under the grandstand. We were like a couple rows under the roof, so it
Yeah.
was like it was perfect.
Yeah.
But when I was, because I was gonna try to get tickets for me and my dad to go to see Kiss when they went to Boston.
Oh yes.
Fucking A.
Load seats for just that show, like not even like the floor. These are like on the high end of the lower
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
lower level. Were like $400 a pop,
Dude, fucking
Christ.
A.
and it's just like, you know what you're paying at that point? The band.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
the
Just like that
promoters
shirt
and all
right
that,
there?
all that stuff.
The $50, you're paying it because it says Motley Crue on it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, let's
Yeah,
be real.
sure.
There was like they made like 1,000% profit on that shirt and poster that you bought.
Yep.
But like $50 of that is going to go to everyone else, and the band's getting the other $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well-
I mean, I don't know how much else this tour is all stadiums and stuff. So
Well,
I
you
don't-
also have to think, right? Like it's like
Yeah, but the
there's only
stadiums
one
are gonna
Motley
pay for
Crue,
themselves.
you know. So
Yeah.
you're gonna pay that if you want to see them.
Yep.
Same thing with Kiss. Like there's only
Yeah.
one Kiss.
Yep.
So
any of those big bands, you're gonna.
like again, like that's the. I mean, you have to do the arena show because that's like all they do at that point.
Yeah.
They're too. Yeah, they're
They're
all those
way
bands
too
are so
big
big
to be
now.
doing
They're
those
not.
bar shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You're
no,
not gonna see Kiss at like a rundown bar.
no.
You're not gonna see them
That's
there.
something that would be almost worth like paying
Oh, dude.
an astronomical amount of money for it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if
And
anything,
it's just they get to show that intimate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
but
it
like a
shows
tiny,
that.
like a tiny bar, like maybe 300 people.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
That would be a
Dude.
fucking riot.
yeah, it would. It
I'm
would
just
be fucking
remembering the
sweet.
Presidents.
President's Rock Club. Never
Oh
forget.
man,
Yeah.
like Motley Crue in a place like that, like dude, that place would just be flipped upside down.
Motley Crue on a place at a place with no stage.
Yeah.
literally just
Oh,
on the floor.
yes.
That was Presidents. It was on the floor.
Yeah, yeah,
There
it
was no
that
stage.
would be
Yep.
fucking chaos.
Or that
That was so-
upstairs Palladium.
Yeah.
Worcester.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
place
yeah,
is
yeah.
actually awesome.
Yep.
That place was like perfect. It was like a little bigger than a bar, plenty of room for like activities.
Yeah.
And it was good.
But the other one you were talking about, Pantera, I kind of want to go see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be when that goes on sale. I'll let everybody know and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to let all of us know about
That's
that.
just one where it's like, yep, buy the tickets.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm a little leery, but it's like the only way you're gonna know is that you got to see it. So
It's just one
Yeah,
of those
but-
things where it's like, it's Pantera. You also have Zakk Wylde and a drummer from Anthrax.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
like,
gonna be good. Like
yeah,
all
exactly.
of
Yeah,
those
it's gonna
guys,
be
sound
good.
awesome.
like those
Yeah.
guys know exactly what they're doing. Zakk Wylde knows exactly what he's got to do to sound like Dimebag.
oh yeah,
And
Yep.
like he's been doing it for so long, he probably's known all those guys for so long.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Same thing with the drummer from Anthrax. Like, he knows exactly what the fuck he's got to do.
He's a crazy drummer.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's
Same.
like one of the he destroys like Lars Ulrich and
oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's crazy. His drum kit, like especially if you look in like the 80s, his drum kit looks like the control room in a. It's huge.
Yeah.
It goes completely around you, up like this. It's like whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that like a 50-piece drum kit? Like Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
It's worth it though.
It is. It definitely is. So.
Anthrax is actually coming. Actually, Anthrax and Black Label Society are coming
Really?
Of course.
later this month.
Oh, jeez.
That's it. I think that's in Worcester. It's either in Worcester or the House of Blues. One of those two.
House of Blues is actually a pretty sweet venue.
Yeah, that place
House
is
of
really
Blues is
fun.
actually
Yeah,
a
it's
really
always
good
been a
venue.
sweet venue.
Yeah.
It's House of Blues for a reason.
Yep.
The good thing about the Worcester one is it's right off the highway.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it sucks changing highways because you have to go for like 495, I think, and it's like miserable.
Oh yeah. Well, because like nobody knows how to like deal with that.
Yeah,
apparently.
that one merge is like awful over there. It's fucking
Yeah,
trash.
like on 93, it's like where 93 and 95 split merge, and then like where 495 is like nobody apparently knows like how to deal with it.
Nope. Yeah.
That's like
it's just maniacs.
Yeah. That's like the one thing I do miss about Vegas was like it'll be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be at X place, and it's like, all right, House of Blues. So that means we're going to the Hard Rock Casino. So you just go to the Hard Rock Casino and you can fucking pregame for free while you're just gambling, and next thing you know, you just walk over to the casino, out to the concert hall, and it's right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And because it was like that, it was so easy to get in and out. You didn't have to worry about fucking parking. There's
Right.
restaurants and shit everywhere.
Yep.
Like that's definitely the one thing I miss about Vegas was like everything is just right there and it's so easy.
Yeah, I mean that city is basically built around like car and bus traffic, whereas Boston is built around horse and buggy traffic.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
having everything like nice right there, easy to get to in Vegas was absolutely killer.
Yeah.
Unless it was at the racetrack. Fuck going to the racetrack. Fuck going to concerts and shows out there. That is a fucking disaster. I'm so glad I never went to EDC, no matter how many times I wanted to go to EDC or Life is Beautiful. Fuck both of those. Life is Beautiful is like another big one like EDC, but they do more than just electronica. But it's down on Fremont Street, which is, fuck. Imagine like 20 stages down in like fucking Fremont Street where we went down. You remember that?
The old strip?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, dude.
Can you imagine 20 plus stages though, and that like we're talking like 400,000 people
That sounds
for
hellish.
one show? Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, which you know what's really funny is like EDC in Vegas, the VIP bathrooms, which you got to buy VIP tickets, which are like $1,500.
Holy mother.
That's
of
what
God.
you get to use. That's what you get to just use the bathrooms at the racetrack, which are all disasters and they're always shitty and
Oh my
like terrible.
God.
Otherwise, you're stuck in porta potties.
Oh,
Wow.
that's hellish.
That's that.
Yeah, fuck that. But no, like all the shit that went down at casinos, that shit was always awesome because it was like, all right, cool. We're just gonna make a evening of this. Just have a good time.
Yeah, Bowser.
That was like the $3
Oh, can I
beer
get some-
casino.
can I get some sniffies?
Like, yes.
I don't think you're gonna get sniffed. He's gonna lay down.
Oh, please.
You can sniff?
What is that?
No.
What's it?
No. No. All right.
He's too hyped.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much my week. That was a highlight of my
That sounds
week
like a
for
good
sure.
good time.
Yep, I got to use the tea again.
Oh,
Haven't been on the tea in
fantastic.
God knows how long.
that must have been a magical experience.
Oh yeah. I just I
Well, Kenmore, were you green?
yeah,
No.
we went from the orange line to green line.
Yeah.
The orange line is nice. It's got actually they all have air conditioning now.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that
Oh,
was
shit.
cool. But it's still the green line is still the old trains. I miss the fucking train cars having graffiti all over them.
yeah.
When you are on the orange line and you're driving past other tracks, you see some of the old trains and train cars with all the graffiti on it and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the one I remember.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That's what I associate the tea with.
all this clean shit. Like what? No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is, though. And like, let's be real, you don't want all those old trains back.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Truth be told, like it is like high time those things got replaced.
Not having
But
heat
that is
or
definitely-
AC. No, you don't want that
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, but
I
that,
remember
I
those
do
days.
definitely like. Again, when I think the tea, those are what
They
I
could
think
paint
of.
the
Yeah.
new cars with graffiti. I mean,
Yeah. Well, you gotta wait until like they get parked somewhere for extra long amount of time, and then they'll get
Yeah.
the graffiti on. That's how it happens. They gotta sit for a while. While they're moving, they're not gonna get the graffiti on them.
I have to say, one of the things I hate the most about graffiti, And it's not that I hate graffiti. I love it. I love good graffiti. I love good street art and everything. Motherfuckers will come up there with like a marker that's just dripping everywhere, and it looks like awful.
Oh yeah,
it looks
yeah,
awful.
yeah.
And like whatever was on there, it just kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
Like there's motherfuckers who put like their heart and soul into graffiti, and it looks awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I love that stuff.
Yeah, I think there is kind of like a difference. Yeah, like what you said, street art compared to just like regular, just like you spray a tag.
The
It's like
gang
that
signs, yeah,
kind
yeah.
of just sucks.
Yeah, like the game signs, like gang signs and shit. Like, no, that shit sucks. But like when people actually go and they do like a legitimate tag where it's like they spend like a whole fucking night doing it with like at least 24 spray paint cans. So, they're invested at least $200. Yeah, no, like that shit's awesome. I love that.
I love seeing the ones when they're on the signs over the highway because I always wonder how the fuck did they get up there?
Okay. 101, when you're coming back towards Manchester from the seacoast.
Yeah.
Right? You know where it goes back and meets up with 93?
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed when you go down to the south, like, it comes out and it goes around, and you take that long left, there's the poles going up to the overpass that going out or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
There's one about like 30 feet up. Someone literally climbed the pole with like a rope and tagged up there.
Oh my god!
And like it's not a bad one.
I
Like,
was gonna say
it's not like the
northbound,
best, but, like-
northbound to the 101 East split. Like you pass like these road signs, because it's got like one that says like, 293 this way, 93 and 101 this way, or 101 East this way, and 293 101 West this way. And if you pass and you look in your rearview mirror on the back of those signs, there's a huge tag. Like it's not just one; it's like two joined together.
Yeah.
And it's like how?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
No,
Like my only
dedication.
thought is that like either they put a lot of planning into it, or they tagged those signs while they were on the ground, and then the crew was just like, screw it, just put them on.
No,
there.
that's all planning. It's almost always all planning.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's crazy.
It's like there was the one on 93 South as you go under the overpass as you cross exit 1.
Oh yeah.
Heading southbound. There's that one dude who has the big one right there, and he's got the polar bear on the end. It's cool something. I forget what it says.
Yeah.
Haven't been that way in a long time, but he did the polar bear and everything. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
But there's so many that are just like shit around here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like most people are just like, yeah, I can do art, and then they do like a stupid squiggle, and it's like, or they do the school S, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm badass. And I'm like, dude, you're not badass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
But but then you do see like those pieces of art. It's like, yeah, you can watch the rest of that away, but kind of leave that one up. That's almost a landmark.
Yeah. yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. It's like if you watch there's a couple dudes who do it on YouTube. There's one dude who's from like not Amsterdam, but he's from like Holland or something like that, one of those areas. He sounds like he's from Amsterdam, but his channel's like Doke, D-O-K-E.
Okay.
Doke TV. He does like all kinds of crazy shit and posts up the videos and like the process. And like you could see him working on something and it takes like a day or two. He posts all kinds of cool ones. And like obviously like they have spots over there where it's like legal, like freebie, just go do whatever. And then people pay that guy. Like people will pay him to do these big, huge murals, and he posts it all, which is really cool.
He's from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just put that together in my head because you're like, oh, I'm not sure if he's from Amsterdam or Holland. So it's like, those two are part of blank.
Yeah.
Netherlands.
Yeah, like somewhere around that area is where he's
my
from.
American geographic knowledge, as you know, there's nothing outside of America. But it does take me a little bit longer to recall it.
What is this mythical Canada?
What is this mythical foreign land?
No, the world ends like
Europe.
once you go into international waters because there's like dragons and shit out there that you eat.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's it. There's nothing past that. Like,
What is
international
Europe?
waters, Canadian? How many miles out do you have to go?
I don't know. It doesn't even matter. I'm never gonna go out there because I don't want to fall off the world.
Yeah, no man's land. Yeah. The Earth is flat.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to fall off, so we got to stay.
I mean, flat earthers believe that Australia isn't a real country, so
that
read
is
into it what you will.
Surreal.
I mean, you know what I heard this week that's really fucking funny is this is a theory for debunking the flat earthers. So if the earth is flat, why are your balls round?
Sucks.
These motherfuckers are so self-absorbed they don't give a fuck about anything else, so they think the earth is flat.
Yeah.
Like they think the world revolves around them.
See,
Why are your balls
my
round?
question would be like, oh, if you think the world is flat, why are your balls still attached? Like, you should just not be able to breathe. Yeah, you get the
You out of the gene pool.
yeah, all idiots out of the gene pool.
I like the one you said. Like, I literally want to like walk around with like a fucking globe and a Lego guy now, just so I can be like, yeah, well, explain this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
falls.
The upside down one. Yeah.
Yep.
See, it works up here. Why doesn't it work down here?
Even
Yeah.
up here, it's like you're gonna slide off.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Oh, that's one of the funniest
Yeah.
fuckers.
Yeah, as someone who's distrustful of most things presented to me, I just don't understand the whole flat Earth thing. Like, I get like, oh yeah, you know, like some things are kind of shady, but it's like, oh, who the fuck would be making money off of like propagating a fake round Earth? Like, what the fuck would be the point in that?
I think there's a certain point where like it just became a meme.
Yeah, oh, it is.
And
it
obviously,
has to be.
there's people with room temp IQs that like just can't differentiate.
They're like, hey, you're right.
Yeah.
There's people that don't believe birds exist and that they're all
Well,
government
no, birds
spies.
aren't real.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
Shut up. That
If it
is
spies-
actually
if it flies, it
scientifically
spies,
accurate.
yeah.
Yeah, if it
Yeah.
flies, it spies.
I mean, it was my coworker hit one with his car and it blew up in blood. So
No, that was actually like battery acid and
Coolant.
nano machines.
Coolant.
no, that was definitely blood.
No, it was nano machines, dude.
It's coolant.
It was transmission fluid.
nano
It
machines,
was red, right?
son.
Transmission fluid.
Yeah, it's
Transmission fluid.
coolant.
You're right. Yeah.
Hadn't been tied in hadn't been changed in a long time, so it obviously started to get a little bit rusty in the
Yeah,
pipe.
I mean,
so that's
because
why
you
it's
think
red.
about it,
Yeah,
like
that
those
makes
spy
sense.
birds have been flying since like the what is it, the 70s?
Yeah.
It sucks.
What about all the birds?
Have you
before
noticed
that?
they still have ashtrays?
Yeah.
You know what?
They're
I
that
think they
old.
had more technology than they lead on in World War One. Those carrier pigeons. I mean, that's pretty ahead of
Well,
their fucking time.
that was like some of those birds.
Those when birds were still real.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
some
so
of
you're
them
saying
were.
they're
I think they were
extinct.
starting.
Yeah.
To,
So
like,
they were
yeah.
real, and now they're just all been replaced by machines.
Yeah, with
Okay,
robots.
Yeah, I got that. That makes sense.
Then they need to leave my damn backyard.
All the fucking
Well,
pigeons.
I mean, you must be doing
No,
something
just-
real interesting. Must be doing something
Yeah,
real
Jeremy,
interesting
what are
to
you
defend
doing?
there, Jeremy.
I guess laying in bed is interesting to them.
Oh yeah. The NSA is like, hey, what's he on to? What's
Are
clearly
turkeys
that's
government
something.
agents? as
Oh yeah.
well?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess I'm in trouble then because I have like a family of turkeys that like lives in my neighborhood.
Those
We haven't seen them
Oh,
in a while.
Yeah. What have
Those
you
are the
been?
fat
Who you been
drones.
hanging out with?
I don't
Who
know.
you been,
We haven't seen them in a
Who
while.
have you been consorting with? I mean, terrorists, perhaps. I mean, question mark. Oh,
No.
Terrorizers.
they need to know. The NSA wants to know.
Maybe it's Vorkuta. Maybe they're. Maybe,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you know what?
Vorkuta.
You're right.
maybe they're Vorkuta birds.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
trying to figure out whether or not they can get you to work more.
I mean, they could just send. Yeah, it makes
Or
sense.
they're just trying. They're hearing you bad mouthing them, and they're like, "We need to make him disappear."
This is what happened. The bird. They just appear. They don't.
No,
you,
they don't.
You
Yeah,
don't walk
yeah.
through the woods and see them. They just come out of the woods, and then they go back into the woods. And
Yeah.
you could follow them, and they would just be gone.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. They despawn.
they literally just send them from the woods at Vorkuta to my backyard.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then once they get to the edge of the map, they're just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of frogs around Vorkuta. Like when you come out,
Frogs
you hear
and
you hear a lot of frog sounds. We're like, oh god, you know.
I hear a lot of frogs by your house.
I'm like, do you guys realize how outnumbered we are by frogs right now? I mean, I hope you realize.
Oh, yeah,
we are
yeah.
like absolutely.
We are at the
fucked.
mercy.
Yeah,
We are at the mercy of these our amphibian
it is
overlords.
probably like 1 to 60.
I don't know. I think they're kind of at the mercy of the weather right now.
Well, there'll be hella frogs out tonight with how humid it
Yeah,
is.
this is.
I was
Like,
gonna say, yeah, I think
they're,
they love
they're,
it.
They're thriving right now.
If you look, there will be like at least 4 or 5 over by the garage doors tonight when you
Oh
guys go
yeah,
to leave.
yeah,
Every night.
yeah. They like to. They kind of like hop over that way. They like
Yeah,
to,
we
like-
had 2 of them that were fist size,
God.
like big old frogs.
Yeah, and
Damn.
before you like make fun of me, like, oh yeah, fist size. We live in New England. We don't get like the giant frogs that like Alabama or whatever.
Yeah,
gets.
yeah,
like
no,
the
no.
giant.
The
Like the-
general frog.
Yeah. We don't get those around here. So when you see a frog that's like fist size, like that is big for New England.
Yeah, and I mean, like we have a swamp in the backyard,
Yeah.
so obviously they're gonna be around. But yeah,
Same.
it's fucking all kinds of them. You're just like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Go back to the swamp. You're not supposed to be here. There's nothing good for you here, buddy. Go away.
Yeah, they don't know that.
You're just gonna get dried out.
Well, because like they see the lights on and the bugs go into it, and they're like,
Yeah. Like, ooh, how do I go get some of that? Yeah.
all I can eat, buffet.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Well, they put a lock-on tracker into their brain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
Hey,
is
you
this
know
a
what?
amphibians aren't real movement? Is that what we're getting into? now?
No. Like they have lock on and cybernetic brains, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. Then they
You're
have
right.
static cling tongues.
Yeah, they bought that upgrade.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they keep
removed
taking it out and putting it back in, and taking it out and putting it back in.
And you know what, man? You know, sometimes
You know what?
gotta
I'm
think
feeling
about
awfully triggered over here, and I'm also feeling a little bit bullied.
I think sometimes
I don't appreciate this.
I think sometimes you just gotta take a step back and just realize that, you know what? The female frogs don't like it when you auto target. It just doesn't feel as good.
Yeah.
I'm being targeted right now. I don't like this.
Are you being targeted?
I am.
Are you saying you're being auto targeted?
No, I didn't say auto targeted. You guys are both manually targeting me. You are doing this on purpose.
Why are we targeting you? You are the bug Mars president.
Well, I became the bug Mars. It was a long road to get there. Okay?
Yeah, but you are
I
the
had to
president of
fly
Bug
from
Mars.
Earth to Mars.
Yeah.
As a bug.
No, to
As a
bug
frog.
Mars. It's
As a frog.
It's a
As a
Mars
frog to
controlled
bug
by.
Mars.
It's a thing.
Bug
And I
Mars.
took
Yeah.
my eye off that video for 1 minute, and I look back and it's a completely different game.
Oh,
than
yeah.
when you
It's-
started playing it, and I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
The game is magical.
Yeah.
we need
We're
to
gonna
have
we're
that
gonna try and
play.
get Matt in front of it next. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
So for anyone who doesn't realize what's going on, we're talking about Frog Fractions, which
We
the
are.
full LP went up this week. The
Oh.
final episode dropped this morning. So
Yeah,
Eddie became Bug Mars president.
I did, and I crashed the.
Crashed the economy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't want to drop too
Yeah.
many hints because I don't think Matt's seen it yet, and he needs to.
I saw the video. I was watching a little
okay.
bit of the video.
Okay,
Yeah.
well he has to play it. So
So I saw like what you basically do with it.
Yeah, it's
fractions.
not too bad.
What
It's
the
not,
fuck are the fractions?
Shut up.
They're fractions.
Just shut your mouth.
They're a radical, cool way to do math.
Shut your mouth.
All right,
sit in
well,
front of
And
the
shut
game.
your mouth,
describe
turn your brain
irrational
off.
numbers.
All right, so just
Yeah.
frog fractions.
Yeah,
Frog fractions.
That's all you need to know, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fractions.
Frogs, fractions, and bugs. That's it.
Bug Mars. Bugs. They're in your hair. They bite. They bite. They bite. 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 Bite.
Yeah, that was so.
I have to say, one of the best things is in the stuff in the ending credits, and I'm not spoiling it. Jeremy, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Not yet, but I will.
Oh, have you not watched the final episode?
I'm
Well,
like
you just
halfway
said you
through.
put
it.
it up today.
Yeah. In the credit sequence, remember there's the one that's completely off?
Oh yeah.
that was funny as fuck. I think the best part about that is every single time in the credits, you and I are both, okay, it's gone.
Yeah. Oh my god, you woke Bowser up from his sleep again. He's so confused. Oh, maybe we can
All right.
get a sniff now.
You got sniffs? Sniffs? No? No sniffs? No? Okay. I don't think you're just gonna get licks. All right.
Matt's just the master at capturing sniffs.
Yeah.
That's
what it
his
is.
job.
All right, well, let's wrap this then.
All right. So, what are we looking forward to this next week?
Stream tonight. Probably try and do another stream Wednesday if you're around.
I'm down to do more Sifu. We're trying to set up like a scheduled night. So rather than because so far like the streams have kind of been like I don't want to say off the cuff, but they've definitely been on the fly.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Ideally, I'd like to do like Wednesday, Friday, and possibly Saturday nights, like after podcast.
Yeah.
Depending on what's going on. Because you can do those as like just bonus streams on Saturday nights. Whether or not we do them is a different story.
Yeah. That the Saturday night things. That's kind of like whatever we're doing after the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, if we have the time and the the energy because it's so draining.
Well,
like,
it's one of those where like we got to figure out food, and once we figure out food, you eat, and it's like 8 o'clock. It's like,
Yeah,
what
and
do
then
we
by
do?
that point, we've basically used all the brain cells. Like at
Yeah.
that point, they've all
Yeah.
been spent. Like you'll be like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? I don't know,
Yeah.
what do you want to eat? So that's
Yeah. But other than that, so obviously more Sifu. I really got to finish putting up the rest of Metal Wolf. Spend some more time with Steam Deck.
yeah.
Obviously, got to finish that project, getting that all up to speed, and then
That should be awesome.
just more editing,
Yeah, you got the
more
big
editing,
workload.
more editing, more editing.
It never ends.
No, it never ends. More editing.
More editing. What about you
guys got anything?
I look mainly just Dragon Ball Super in the next couple weeks.
What's it doing?
No,
Yeah,
it's
the
a
movie?
movie.
Oh,
The
shoot.
movie's coming out in theaters, so me and
Whoa.
Brian are going to it with one of his nephews.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, that's
okay.
weird.
I don't want to start a whole tangent.
Yep.
I just want to ask, did you watch the Legend video on YouTube that the artist did? That's awesome.
That is beautifully well done, and I want more of that.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Anyways, that's enough of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to tangent into that right now.
Yeah.
We'll just show it to you guys. And Matt, you got anything?
Nothing too exciting. Probably just work on my car more.
Yeah.
There you go.
How's that red caddy coming along? I know
It's
this
pretty
is kind
clean
of like
under
a
there
little
now. It's getting pretty fucking clean under there.
Sweet.
Yeah, I know.
Almost ready for paint and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to go over and check it out.
That's cool.
Sick.
Yeah. All right, I think we're
Alrighty.
getting ready to sign off here. So
Yeah. So we will catch you all later.
yes,
We'll
I hope
see you on
everyone
the
has
next
a
episode.
good evening.
have a cool week.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah. Have a cool week, please, with how hot this heat wave is and everything like that.
Yeah, you get it. You got it. You
Yeah.
picked up on it. Oh, you right, man. Big brain.